In the pale light of a freezing morning in 2014, 5 brave Finnish divers geared up for a thrilling adventure in Pluraden, Norway. They plunged into the deep, dark cave, eager for the unknown. But as time passed, only 3 emerged from the icy depths. What happened to the other 2? Like the video and subscribe to our channel before we find out. Divers often come to Plura for a fun swim through a half-kilometer tunnel that leads to a big, colorful cave. But some experienced divers go further. The extreme cold and intense pressure means even a small tear in a diver's dry suit could spell disaster. And that's not the only danger. Equipment failure and carbon dioxide buildup are constant threats. The 5 experienced Finnish divers, Patrick Grönkvist, Jari Huotarinen, Vesa Rantanen, Jari Uusimaki, and Kai Kankinen, set out to explore Plura Cave to reach a place called Steinuglaflaget. Cave diving is always risky, but reaching Steinuglaflaget takes danger to a whole new level. It's a grueling 5-hour journey, plunging more than 130 meters deep, and it can only be tackled with the help of underwater scooters. The divers, all experienced and certified, were confident they could handle the challenging dive, which would take them over 320 feet, or 100 meters below the surface. 2 groups were formed, with Patrick and Jari H leading the first, and Vesa and Jari following 2 hours later. This staggered departure allowed sediment to settle, and ensured mutual aid in case of emergencies. As preparations intensified, Patrick and Jari broke through the ice, revealing clear water below. Despite a late start, the team, equipped with advanced gear, including closed-circuit rebreathers, descended into the cave. They remained vigilant against risks like hypercapnia, understanding the potential dangers of their equipment. Patrick and Jari H carried spare rebreathers and extra cylinders for safety. Descending into the cave, they traversed over 1,600 feet before reaching a chamber filled with water. Navigating through narrow passages, they attached guidelines and continued deeper into the cave. As they approached the exit, Patrick noticed Jari in distress. Despite attempts to help, Jari succumbed to cold water inhalation. With limited oxygen and a long ascent ahead, Patrick faced a dire situation, realizing the potential fate awaiting his companions. Meanwhile, Vesa and Jari encountered difficulties due to backup cylinders, leading to delays in their dive and increased decompression time. Despite challenges, they hoped to complete the ascent safely. After resuming their dive, Vasa heard a distress beep from a nearby apparatus and discovered Jari H's lifeless body blocking their path. The situation grew hazier as Kai, affected by nitrogen narcosis, struggled to communicate, and Jari exhibited erratic behavior. Moments later, Jari became limp, signaling a dire situation. Kai, unable to assist, decided to ascend, leaving Vasa behind. With oxygen running low, Kai faced a perilous ascent, considering his family waiting at home. Meanwhile, Patrick completed his ascent, battling cold and dwindling battery power. Vasa, guilt-ridden, made his difficult ascent. Unaware of each other's survival, they endured harrowing decompression stops. Finally, Kai resorted to his last air cylinder, uncertain of its contents. Patrick surfaced exhausted, waiting for Vasa, who emerged 3 hours later. Kai emerged next, finding the dive hole frozen. With no sign of their companions, Patrick and Vasa called Norwegian authorities, fearing the worst. The 3 divers who survived got sick from being in the water for too long and had to go to the hospital in Tromsø. Because of what happened, the Norwegian authorities said no one could go into the cave anymore. The authorities needed to get their bodies out of the cave, so they asked 3 English divers to help. But it was too dangerous, and they couldn't do it. The local officials decided to leave the bodies in the cave and close the case. But one of the survivors, Patrick, quietly asked some of his diving friends for help. They planned everything carefully and went into the cave to get the bodies. Even though the cave was officially closed, they were determined to complete their mission. Vesa Rantanen was still recovering from a back injury caused by his sickness, but he helped manage things above water during the rescue. The second team had an advantage because they knew the cave from before. Their careful planning for the 5-day operation paid off, and they managed to recover the bodies. The group had to wait 6 months before they were told they wouldn't get in trouble for the illegal dive. While Plura Cave entices with its enchanting beauty, it demands utmost respect and caution from those who dare to explore its depths. Could the surviving divers have done something for their friends and saved them? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.